Namaskar to all of you. Today, something casual with you. Way back, 1978, I was just 18 years old. One day, Rajar called me and he said, tomorrow by around 12 o'clock noon, you must be in Paramakudi. Paramakudi is a place from Madurai on the road to Rameshwaram. He said, you know that gentleman who is a Samavedic Pandit, you have to go to his house, he said. Yeah, long back we had an opportunity to meet him and Rajar had introduced him to me. And that man took a lot of liking to me. In fact, he liked me a lot. Because I had to do some prayogam and my master was by my side and he was looking at all that and he got very emotional, and after doing that he hugged me and all. Sometimes people become very emotional. They don't know what to do. First thing they do is hugging. Very nice man, very learned man, highly learned person. Always learned people know to respect others. He was one such gentleman. विद्या विनय संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गवि हस्तिनि शुनी चैव स्वपाके च पंडिता समदर्शनः. They will not have any ego. They will look at everything with equanimity of mind. And they will be absolutely soft. They will be very wonderful to move with. They will be an example to be followed in life. He was such a person, a very learned person, highly learned. Entire Samaveda he knew, and he was an Asthana Vidwan in a very big mutt. And as I was leaving, suddenly Raja used to have a small box, like he opened that. He removed some cash and he gave me about 500 rupees. 1978, 500 rupees, you just think. What value it has. He said, this will be useful to you. He said, okay. I just kept it. Next day by noon, I was at Paramakudi in the particular gentleman's house. Outside his house, there were some people standing here and there. It did not look good to me. Then when I went there, he was lying on the cot and he is already gone. He had 3 sons and 3 daughters. All were busy. Some heated discussions were going on. There was a lawyer standing. And I asked the lawyer, what is the problem? Why these people are now debating among themselves something I am not able to understand. The man is gone. They have to now look at doing the funeral rites. Then the lawyer said, no, this man, whatever he earned in life, was purely self-earned. Nothing was ancestral. All that property he has returned to the Veda Padasala from where he had educated himself, from where he was educated. He got educated, whatever it is. So now what is the problem? I asked. So the children are not coming forward to perform the funeral. Just they are standing and debating. Now I knew why my master had sent me there. He had given me 500 rupees also, you see. With that money I performed the funeral. It's called Antyeshti Karma. I completed. After completing the ceremony, the lawyer once again contacted me. I was very much there, so he came there and he said, I have not read a portion of the will. He has said that one who does the Antyeshti Karma for me will get 5 acres of a mangrove farm, which is about 15 kilometers from this spot, Paramakudi. They were all shocked. The children were shocked when they heard this. Had they known it, they would have done it. After all, today kids are more commercial with parents. Parents are also commercial with kids. Today the entire world has changed. But those days, also it was the same. At least to my knowledge, whatever I have seen. I took the lawyer, I took all the 6 people with me. We hired some 2 taxis. We went to the farm. I plucked one mango which was there in the tree. I just kept it in my bag. I said, in deference to the wish of the elderly person who had given me the honor to do the funeral rites. To do the funeral rites is a honor, please remember. Yeah. So he has given me the honor to do the funeral rites. For that purpose, I have taken this mango. This is enough. I told the lawyer, please talk to the children and let the 5 acres be divided among them. I am not interested in the property. I came back to Maharishi Rajan and I said what had happened. He was very happy. He hugged me. Sparsha Diksha. When the master hugs, it's one of the glorious moments in the life of the disciple. Similarly, once Raja asked me to go to some place, I don't want to say the exact place, because it's a very famous mud is there, very famous mud. So why unnecessarily tell about them? Asked me to go there and meet the pontiff. So I went there, I met the pontiff. The pontiff is very happy. He said, come. He said, Maharishi had told me that he will be sending somebody. I did not expect a boy of about 18, 19 years. You must be only 18, 19 years. I said, yes, I'm just 20 now. Now I will tell you something. Here in one of the rooms where I sit and meditate. One boy of our ashram had committed suicide. That spirit, whenever I go there, haunts me. Can you do something about it? I said, yes, we can do something about it. I'm quite sure, with the blessings of my guru and noble men like you, I think we can do something about it. I just told him, you give me 15 days time. I will stay here. I just need 2 of your disciples. I don't need any highly read people and all. I just need 2 people who are, even they can be idiots also. Please remember. I just want a person who will obey my commands. I don't want a person who questions me. If I ask him to keep the tumbler here, he has to keep. If I ask him to pour water, he has to pour water. If I ask him to get sabitas, he should get sabitas. That's all, nothing more. I need 2 such people with me. He smiled, he knew what I was saying. Because people are always curious, they will ask questions. Especially people who have half-baked knowledge will ask more questions. People who are totally knowledgeable, who are totally wise, will never question. People who are innocent never know to question. But who are half-baked will not wait, will not have patience to observe. They will not go through everything before asking a question. Suddenly something comes to their mind, they will simply ask. So we had a small Homa Kundam. Every day I was doing Homam for about 8 hours. I used to do about 6 hours of Japam. Along with it, there was a river nearby, so I used to do some prayogam, going and standing in the river and rowing. I had my own anushthanams and also almost 24 hours will pass off. Every day was going on like this. 15 days was over. Now I went to the pontiff. I told him, 15 days is over, Maharaj. Please come and see whether you are able to meditate. He came there, he closed the door. I was outside waiting for him. He went inside. He did not come for about 8 hours. I got really worried. 8 hours he has not come. His disciples were also outside. They were looking at my face. I don't know what to reply to them. He just said, wait here. So he was a very strict person. Nobody can knock the door or open or anything like that. He was not a liberal like Sridhar. But he was a very sick person. So they were all scared. They were all just standing outside. They were looking at my face. I was looking at them. They will say like this, some signal. I will say, I don't know. After about 8 hours, he came out. He was so happy. He was very happy. He said, you ask me anything, I will give you. This mutt alone I cannot give. I have a lot of money which I can give you. I am authorized to give. You want house, you want this, you want that, you want gold, anything I can give. But I cannot make you the pontiff. We have a parampara, different parampara. I said, I don't want anything. My master said, go and meet him. I just came here. Then you told me what is what. Then we have done something. Okay, everything is over. Oh, that's all. Then he said, no, I want to give you something. I have never done this with any of my disciples. I have never done this to anybody. I have been the pontiff of this mutt right from my age of 34 years. Today I am 80. All these 46 years, I have never given this to anybody, which I would like to give it to you. I couldn't understand what it is. Very cryptic. Sometimes these masters, these great noblemen, great religious people will talk very cryptic. We won't know what it is. I was just standing. He said, I would like to give you Sparsha Diksha. I would like to hug you, he said. He hugged me. He was so happy. He said, I went inside thinking that let me meditate for about 15-20 minutes. But when I went inside, I could not come out. First is, there is no disturbance. Second is, you have created a cosmos inside. There are various aksharas. There are so many things I am able to visualize in that room. I didn't feel like coming out. I could visualize so many things. And as a sannyasi, I should not succumb to temptation. But I tell you, I am getting tempted to go back once again inside. Then called somebody, please. You want a car? I will drop them somewhere. I said, no. Then he called somebody. He said, please see him off at the bus station. Somebody came. Okay. Then I boarded the bus. I boarded the bus. I came about 25 kilometers away from the mutt. The bus stopped. It is a normal bus stop. So it stopped there. Somebody ate something. I got down there. Nearby there was a forest. I entered the forest. The soul which had left the room was waiting for me there. It said, yes, I had a lot of problems. All those problems were purely my own making. Though I was in a very good mutt with very good masters, I could not concentrate on anything. But I committed suicide in that room. I asked it, why did you commit suicide in that room? You could have gone somewhere else. There was something like a forest behind. You could have gone. There is a small river. If you cross the river, there is more a dense forest like. Some stretch is there. You could have very well gone there. You could have used something else. Then he said, no. One day when I had gone to take baths in that river, I was totally confused. At that time, something appeared before me. It said, I know very well what you want to do. You want to kill yourself. But please remember, do not do such things. If you do such things, many things will be affected in the Petam, in your family. Your parents will not be very happy about it. Don't do it. I asked, who are you? I asked. Then it said, I'm an action. I live in these forests. I can read the mind of anybody coming here. I in fact guard the entire area. This is more a very sanctified place. In such a sanctified place, I don't want an unsanctified act to happen. The action said to that boy. Then the boy has asked, anyhow, I have decided to leave. I want to leave. I want to leave. I am not going to stop just because you are telling me. I have created some problems for myself. I have decided to leave. So I am going to leave at all cost. You suggest me a good spot where if I leave, it will not be problem to anybody. The action said, the pontiff meditates in a room. If you do something in that room, and if you are gone, when the pontiff comes subsequently to meditate, after all that, your soul will still be in that room and it will be a disturbance to his mind. He cannot concentrate on the good work which he is doing. Then he will approach one Maharishi who lives in the forest. He knows him. He will approach him and he will ask him to provide a solution. A boy will come, 19, 20 years old, a prayogi, he will come and he will perform certain things in that room and he will place you somewhere else temporarily. From there, he will see to that you reach the Pitruloka, join with your forefathers. Of course, you may have to listen to some lessons from your Jiva Pitru. But the next Janma you are born, you will be born as a better soul with a better thinking. Your depression and your unsanctified acts should not be a disturbance to the mutt. At the same time, I don't want to stand in your way. Let it be so, because the fate is like that for you. But I am suggesting you a place from where if you leave, this boy will save you and put you across into Pitraloka. I am telling you the other side of it. Otherwise, anywhere else you die, it will take thousands of years for you. And once again, some prayogi has to come to save you in case you are not kidnapped by the dark forces. Meanwhile, I was surprised when I heard this. I said, yes. Okay, now I know what is my next job. But still my master is there. He gave me the job and I have come. I have to go and tell him what all has happened, including what you say now. I should go and inform him. And he should permit me to do it. I cannot do it just across. Because when my master is there, I am supposed to take this permission to do. Still, I do not have the authority to operate on my own. And I operate only under the instructions of my master. So, you please wait in this jackfruit tree. There was a jackfruit tree there. You wait in this jackfruit tree till I come back to you. If I do not come back within 48 days, it means my master has not allowed me. Then I left it there. I went back to Maharishi. Maharishi asked me what happened and I narrated all the things. I narrated what the soul told me also. Then Maharishi permitted me to go back to that place once again. It took me about 17, 18 days. Because we had some other anushtanams and other things, so we had to complete all that. So after 18 days I went there and we had put the soul back with its forefathers. And I was told that a couple of days back, the soul has been reborn in a family. Life goes on. Just I thought I should share some stories with you. Something here and there. God bless you all. Enjoy life. See you some other time. Thank you.